The question I've been asked the most the last few days is, what is Hytale? Well, just a few hours ago, they released 16 minutes of brand new footage showing what the game actually looks like. And we have tons of blog posts and other things that I may link in the description we may go over in this video. But I just kind of want to set the stage because not everyone knew about this game until just a few days ago. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So this video was uploaded to the official Hytale channel just a few hours ago. I'm going to link it in the description or in the pinned comment, so make sure to go drop a like on it so it reaches more people, because this game is not just a Minecraft ripoff. It is a block game, but there is so much different about it, and honestly, all of the differences are pros in my opinion for Hytale. But number one thing we got to talk about off rip, you can see in the bottom left corner, Hytale is a work in progress. So once gameplay does actually become available to everyone, we are supposed to expect bugs. It is going to be early access, but based on the gameplay I'm seeing here, even the early access looks like it's going to be amazing. Again, I'm sure there will be bugs and issues like that, but the actual gameplay itself looks insane. So let's jump into it. So right here we have a clip of Simon fighting a skeleton, and you can see he has a few things in his hotbar. So he is currently using dual blade daggers, but he does also have a sword, and I believe that is an axe, as well as a crossbow, some meat, and an actual bow with arrows. But you can see just right off the rip, the combat is just so much different than anything else in Minecraft. Honestly, if you sent me this footage and told me it was a Minecraft mod, I just wouldn't believe you, because it's just so insanely different. It's not just the combat. Again, there's some crazy combat in mods like RLCraft and other things like that. There's also some pretty crazy movement. As you can see right there, he just mantled up, he jumped down and slid. And also, I mean, just the F5 just looks way better than Minecraft's F5 with your player head being in the way. Like, your player head is still a little bit in the way here, but it's enough to where you can still see where your crosshair is past your head. So it's definitely a much better F5 in my personal opinion. But here we have some footage of him fighting with the bow. So the bow does have a pullback animation and everything with a charge on it. And you can see he has a power-up meter in the bottom right. So whenever he is using a weapon, if he does enough damage with it, the meter will power up and he'll get an ultimate ability, which a bunch of different weapons do have their own ultimate abilities. For the bow, you get 3 arrows. For the sword, I think you get like a spin attack, or maybe that's the axe. There's so many things in here. It's hard to keep track at the moment, but in general, you can just tell the combat is crazy. And also, we've got a bunch of different mobs to fight. So he started off fighting skeletons, and then now he's fighting Vikings. He'll do his ultimate ability here with this battle axe in a second, which is different from the other axe, but there it is. The full spin around just like that. And again, you can see his power-up ability there in the bottom right. When he presses Q is when it gets used. Also, the sound design on this game is amazing. I'm not going to play the audio in this video just so that you guys actually have a reason to go watch the original. Because again, I am just doing react content right here, let's be real. So make sure you go watch the real thing to hear the actual sounds, because it sounds so amazing. Like, I could close my eyes and tell exactly where the audio is coming from, which I feel like in Minecraft you can tell pretty well, but there are times when it's hard to tell if something's to your left, to your right, right above you, right below you. So I think in Hytale, just based off of this, the audio sounds very crisp first off, but also it just sounds like it's in the right places. So here he's fighting some more skeletons, and you can see he does have a health and a stamina bar, which Minecraft doesn't have a stamina bar, so that's already another thing different. The stamina is mainly used whenever he does like a charge attack, because you can do charge attacks with these weapons. Also when he's sprinting, just like right now, you will see that his stamina does go down. And now, since he's low health here as well, we will be able to see how the healing works. So he's out of combat there for a little bit. He does have these apples, which he'll be able to eat. And if we pause on the menu right here, you can see it just says consumable. It doesn't really tell us how much it heals for, but you can see his HP right here on the left, 28 out of 157. So he currently has 157 HP. There is also mana here. So he doesn't have any mana right now. I assume that's a later game thing that you may unlock, or perhaps you have to be holding a staff or something, but there is a mana stat that you can have in this game. There's also increased health and mana per second, which he doesn't have any increased health at the moment, but whenever he pops that apple, you can see he does have this little health bar thing right here above his actual health bar that's showing he's increasing in HP. He then jumps back into the action using this battle axe, and when he does this charge attack, it lets him jump up in the air. So that was not his ability, because the ability is the one that lets him spin there. But here we have a brand new mob again, a like bug type thing. So he's down in some bug nests in a cave and he's fighting these guys. And there you can see the charge attack with the sword. So here he's fighting with the sword and the shield. You can see his power up happens and he does get a spin attack. But also again, when he does that charge attack, it lets him do that dash forward, which is really nice. Again, there's nothing like this in vanilla Minecraft. And then you can see the movement with the dual daggers, which seem like one of the best weapons for movement. So I'm sure everyone's going to have their own special weapon that you're going to use. It's going to be a lot like a Souls game where there will be some people who like, you know, the fast weapons, some people who like the heavy hitters. But here we have a nighttime scene where we can see just how the game looks at dark, and it's really creepy. I kind of like it. I mean, again, this is a pretty creepy biome, I think, that he's in right now. So it's kind of meant to be that way. But there you go. You can make a jump across with just the mantling. Having that as well separates it so much. And there was a pretty creepy mob back there hiding in the forest. So just make sure to sneak by that. I guess we'll have to wait until we're actually able to play to see what that mob is going to be like. Or who knows? Maybe we'll get some more gameplay footage soon. But there's another new mob. Uses the daggers there to run away. And now he puts down some sort of totem that can heal him up. So got a sort of radiant power orb type thing going on right there. And then he's got to use his bow and arrow to shoot down whatever this mob is. But he also, in the process, aggroes all of these crawler zombie looking guys. Straight up out of like Black Ops 2 or something. Again, just the movement and the abilities on these weapons, I feel like just separates it so much. The combat system already looks way better than anything in Minecraft. And again, I'm not trying to hate on Minecraft here. I love Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft for ages, but I just want to point out how different this game is and that it does have strengths over Minecraft. It's not just a Minecraft ripoff. We can see him diving into a cave here, and it's a little bit darker. But he does break some loot, gets a potion of health and a pop berry, as well as some crude arrows and apples. So that implies that there's better arrows that you can craft as well to do more damage, or maybe not break on impact, so that you can go and pick them back up after you kill a monster with it. That would be pretty cool. But even the underground cave areas seem to have biomes, which is something I feel like Minecraft is lacking a bit in. They do have, like, the deep dark is really the only biome you can have in Minecraft aside from a regular cave. So this game already has, like, ice biomes like Terraria. You know, Terraria has different biomes inside of caves. I feel like this game is going a lot off of Terraria. But you can also see whenever he chops trees, I didn't mention this earlier, when he chops down a tree, it's actually going to chop the whole tree down. If you chop it from the bottom, the whole thing falls, so you won't have floating trees lying around. That's pretty nice, which does lead me to question a little bit how the gravity system is going to work in this game. I assume if you have something floating that it's just going to fall down. Maybe not, but I don't know if they're going to have floating islands existing in this game just all on their own. And again, this is just a crazy cool biome to see at the nighttime. Like, this is seems like a swamp biome, but when he's walking around here at night, it just looks, it's got such an atmosphere to it. And then you can see whenever he's changing his offhand item here, he has the torch in his hand here, and then he has like a radial menu that he can swap off what he has in his offhand, which is just really nice quality of life right off the bat. He can also swap his shield over into that radial menu, so he'll be able to swap between that as well in his offhand. And there you can see when he jumps off, he has that roll and then dash ability that he can do. So it seems like you can change your momentum a bit when you jump off of something, which is pretty cool. And also, I just want to notice, like, that jump that he just took right there, he did not take fall damage. So I assume there is a limit to how far you can jump before you take fall damage, but maybe you can jump farther if you roll and not take fall damage. But here is a pretty huge point that this game has that base Minecraft has a bit of an issue with. Just a straight up map. Like, don't have to have a mod to be able to see the map. That's just so nice. I mean, I know you have the maps that you can craft in Minecraft and everything, but this is just a straight up feature that you get right off the bat, which is so huge. And here we have, once again, another new biome. And there is some background music they have on this game, which if you go watch the full video in the description, you'll be able to see for yourself or hear for yourself. But there we go. He puts a waypoint down. So there are waypoints as well on this map system, which again seems pretty like just normal QOL stuff. But Minecraft hasn't done this. It's always, if you wanted to have it, you'd have to download a mod for it. But for this, you can just have it right off the rip. And there he is using the sword charge attack to dash forward as well. So again, you don't have to have your full ability charge to do those dash attacks. You can just hold down left click, I assume, is the way that you do it. There's some way to do it, at least. I assume it's hold down left click to be able to do a charge attack. Which again, Minecraft just has your only normal left clicks with the sword. And then I guess if you wait long enough and then click, then you have your sweeping attacks. But for this game, you just have your left clicks with your sword, you have your charge attack, you have your ultimate ability, and then that's just with the sword. It's the same controls for all the other weapons, but different actual attacks that those weapons do and different things that they're better at fighting. But here we can see another biome, which I think this is the one he was in at night earlier, but seeing it during the daytime while it's raining as well. This is what it looks like with rain. You can see the storm clouds above. It's not block clouds, it's like actual clouds above him. And then we are moving on into a more floral biome here. There is nothing like this in Minecraft. I guess there's like the lush cave system. The leaves in this game are just so nice as well. And then he stumbles across a like dock area here, which again, I don't believe he built this. This seems to be a randomly generated structure. And we've already seen quite a few structures in here. He'll fly around in a bit and we'll actually be able to see all of the structures and everything, how everything looks. But there's just a ton of structures in here. But then we have him coming up on this other area with skeletons. Again, another randomly generated structure. It looks like a castle. And as he's fighting the skeleton, you can see behind the skeleton there's this lava hound looking guy. And he can do this sword bash or the shield bash there. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, but there is abilities you can do with the shield as well. It's not just hold down, right click, and block stuff. You can actually shove enemies back, which is pretty cool. But again, I just gotta say, the leaves just look so amazing. They make the trees look way different than they would in any other game, and it's got its own art to it 100%. Like, it has its own expression here for sure. And then we get to see him in creative sort of mode here. This is the mod assistant as well, I believe, so you can actually make your own mods in this game. It's got a fully decked out like system to do it with. You don't have to learn how to code or anything just right off the rip. I'm sure there's things that will help with coding knowledge that will make things easier, but you can also do, you know, the /spawn commands sort of here. So he just looks through the menu and spawns whatever you want. So you don't have to actually know the name of the mob. You can just look in the menu and spawn it instead of having to do /spawn. But that is the one big sellers for this game, is that they want it to be extremely moddable, way easier to mod than Minecraft and code in than Minecraft. Apparently, again, this is Hypixel's game. The main reason they decided to make this was because coding minigames in Minecraft is a pain in the butt. But here's a big pointer on this. There are guns in this game, so you do not have guns in Minecraft. I don't think I have to point that out for you guys, but this game does have guns. So we only get a split second there to see it, but yeah, there's guns in Hytale. And then we can see him put down an ancient gateway here. And then if we go back real quick, ancient gateway, and then fragment orbis bleak root bog. So apparently there will be different fragments that you can find to take you to different biomes. Because again, the main goal of this game is to be able to actually explore as much as you want. So it's not really about building a base as much. You can do that if you want to, but it's more about exploring areas, taking down mobs, and getting loot to gear up for tougher boss fight. And apparently you can find ancient gateways and put down these fragments in them to get portals to specific areas. So if there's a specific structure you're looking for, a specific mob, then you can take a portal to the biome that mob is in. But that is all 16 minutes of footage right there. But I do want to go over a few other questions that a lot of people have been asking me. Is this just going to be a copy of Skyblock just as a different game? And no, clearly we can see here, this is way different from Skyblock. Again, it is a lot closer to Minecraft than it is close to Skyblock, but I would argue that it's Minecraft with better combat, better movement, and just a cooler area to explore. I think maybe the cooler part is just up to you on whether it's actually cool enough to be better than Minecraft. Again, Minecraft's had way more years, though, to actually get as insanely cool and complex as it is, and just so many quality of life features that they've refused to add, like maps and waypoints, that are now just in this game. Like, you can see at the top of his screen, he has a compass. Minecraft, like, you have to have the compass in your hotbar and then see where you're trying to go to, and also get like whatever that special block is to get the compass to actually point to that block instead of spawn. Like, there's just so many quality of life things that Minecraft is lacking that we're just instantly getting on release for Hytale. And like, it does look super fleshed out. Like, I'm showing all of these different biomes. The caves have way more biomes already that we can see. There's a ton of cool biomes above ground. There's a stamina bar with a different healing mechanic as well. Like, you don't have a food bar that you have to keep up to be able to heal. There's tons of mobs, which I'm not going to argue that there's more mobs than Minecraft. There's probably not, but you could see whenever he was going through his spawning section there on how many mobs there were. There was a ton of different mobs. So this game has a ridiculous amount of mobs, a ridiculous amount of biomes, a ridiculous amount of combat mechanics with a ridiculous amount of different weapons, and it's got its own art that defines it like in a totally different look than anything else. Its weapons have ultimate abilities, by the way, which is cool all on its own, and it's not a survival game. Like, you want to survive, don't get me wrong, but like, he's out here in the freezing cold temperatures. There's not like some freezing mechanic where he's got to worry about dying. You just have to worry about whether or not these mobs that you're fighting are going to kill you, pretty much. Don't have to worry about whether you're going to run out of food from starvation. Might run out of food for healing, so you still want to get food so you can heal, but don't have to worry about whether or not you're actually just going to starve to death or run out of sprint because you haven't ate in a while. Which again, I'm not trying to dog on Minecraft. Like, they're cool mechanics if you enjoy that sort of thing, but it's nice to have like a change of pace here with a game that's more fast-paced and more combat-based. Again, Minecraft as a survival game is better than any survival game out there, but as a Skyblock player, I don't really deal with the survival mechanics anymore. I kind of haven't played survival Minecraft in a very long time because I just enjoy the combat side of things that Skyblock has opened me up to, and Hytale has way cooler combat than Minecraft. I don't think that point is arguable, really. There's way more weapon choices, there's way more movement options, and also, not to mention, he is offhanding a torch here, and it actually just like gives light in the area, which if you're wanting to have that in vanilla Minecraft, you have to mod it, so you can't have it in vanilla Minecraft. There's just so many cool things that like are mods that you have to have for Minecraft if you want it to work out that way, and it just gets me super excited for this game. Now, I made a short about this yesterday, but if we do pull up the blog post, there is some information we can get here. We don't know when early access is actually coming out. Hopefully that'll be announced pretty soon, but it hasn't been announced yet. When it is launched, it will be on Windows, hopefully Linux and Macs not too long after that, hopefully. And also they are planning on other platforms much later. So in a couple years, hopefully we'll see Hytale on consoles and maybe with crossplay. It's another big point that Minecraft has 100% failed on, is just Java Edition is straight up a way better version of Minecraft, but everybody else has to play on Bedrock. If you're on console, you got to play on Bedrock and deal with all that. So the nice part about Hytale is everyone will be on the same version of it. So another point that Hytale can improve upon for Minecraft is just having one version that everybody can play cross-platform. That would be huge. Now, the game is not going to be free. Pricing will be announced in the next upcoming days. They do kind of got to make money off of this game. That is how it works. I am hoping personally that eventually they can move to a system where it's similar to Fortnite and Skyblock, where they can make money off of cosmetics and have the game be free. But of course, in early access, I expect that they're going to have to make some money off of the bat. Maybe we get that money back in the future if they do decide to go for free. Again, this is just me hoping for things. This is not anything that Hytale is saying or that they've announced or anything. I'm hoping the game becomes free just so that it reaches more players, but for right now, it will have a price. We'll see what that is soon. But at launch, there will be the exploration mode, which is most of what we saw. There is creative mode, which he did go into a little bit, and also modding, which one big thing that Simon himself has said, Hytale will take 0% from modders and servers owners for the first 2 years at the very least. So if you are looking to get into modding or making a server on Hytale, you'll be able to do it without Hytale taking any of your revenue. So there should be a pretty healthy server and modding community once this game does launch. And personally, I'm super excited about it, largely because the GOAT of Skyblock development, Minikloon, is also going to be working on this game. For those of you that don't know, he's the guy who made the Rift and the Slayer system on Hypixel, which are my personal 2 favorite parts of the game, and he's going to be working on Hytale. So this alone is enough reason to get me even more excited about this game. So to finish things off, I just kind of want to talk about how my content is going to be moving forward with Hytale coming out and everything. I'm still going to be making Skyblock content. I'm still going to be prioritizing Skyblock content for a little bit. At the very least, I'm going to be dipping my toes into Hytale content. We're going to make some videos about it when it comes out. I'll probably stream it a bit. And just when I don't have any content to make on Skyblock, I might make some content on Hytale, because it is getting to the point right now for me personally. I don't know if you guys have noticed, my upload schedule has kind of slowed down a bit. There was a time when I was uploading like 5 videos a day on Hypixel. That was back when I had kind of first created my profile. Now, I still have a ton of things left to do on my Skyblock profile. It just takes me a lot longer to do them now. But it's going to take me a while to make a video on Skyblock. I can make update videos about Hytale since it's going to be updating pretty consistently at the start. And if it's like an upload day and I just don't have anything that I'm going to be able to get done in time for Hypixel, I can just make a Hytale video. But in general, this is up to you guys, the audience, whatever people are watching, that's what I'm gonna make. As long as I'm enjoying it, and again, I'm still enjoying Skyblock 100%. I do expect to enjoy Hytale. I'm just excited, like, watching other people play the game right now, so very excited to be able to play it myself. And I expect to enjoy it, so I'll probably make some content on it. But we're just gonna dive in, see how it goes on release. Hopefully this video does well, and we'll go from there. So if you guys did enjoy it, please make sure to drop a like, smash the sub button. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer. But make sure to subscribe. We're closing in on 30,000 subs, which is what I need to get red name on Hypixel Skyblock. So if you guys want to help me get there, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Have an amazing rest of your day, and God bless.